This is how to train your dog to be Tacticool. Simplified version. First, we're going to train them how to middle. Have treats in both hands. Lure them round your leg with a treat. Don't give it to them. Instead, lure them through your legs with your other hand. Mark yes and give them the treat. Give them a second treat to add duration. Then say free and throw another treat. This teaches them to stay in position until release. Continue practicing this until it becomes smoother. Over time, your lure will get smaller until it becomes a gesture. It is at this point that I also name the behavior. Once they understand the verbal cue, you can fade your gesture. Now it's time to add movement. Start with tiny steps and allow them to eat from your hand the entire time you're moving. Now reward every other step. Make sure to use both hands. Continue adding additional steps. Now it's time to add turns, following the same process as moving forward. Turn a tiny amount and then reward. Gradually build this up over time. Until you can do this. Make sure to practice both directions. Make sure to remember to always end in a release cue. Now on to moving backwards. Food goes under the chin and lures them backwards. Mark yes and reward for any backward movement. Gradually increase the amount of steps. Add a verbal cue, back. Change the position of your hands to above them. And now combine it with the middle position. Start with tiny steps and then build them up over time. And now you're officially Tacticool. This is training your dog to be Tacticool. Contact heel. I got a lot of comments saying something like this, and to be honest, I completely agree. Middle is impractical for what you think I'm using it for. A contact heel with visual targeting would be way better. This way I will not trip over her. She can stare at a target, whilst knowing where I am by maintaining contact with my leg. First, we start by teaching back-end awareness. Lure their front two legs onto something. I'm using a yoga block. Mark and reward when they step onto the yoga block with their front feet. Feed them a few times for duration, then throw a treat and say free to release them. Lure their head to one side and mark and reward any movement with their back legs. Gradually build up the amount of steps they take between rewards over time. Make sure to practice this in both directions. Next, lure them into a heel position. Lure their head to one side and then mark and reward when they lean against your leg. The target behavior we're looking for here is that lean. Next, take a sideways step away from them. Mark and reward after they sidestep and make contact with your leg. Now I start to fade the lure. It's no longer constantly on her nose. Practice this until your lure becomes a visual target. Now practice the same process but moving forwards and backwards. Contact is the most important thing. Speed and smoothness come later. Now it's time to work on visual targeting. Roll a ball in front of your dog and hold their collar. The hand signal means stare at the ball. Get it means go get the ball. Next, release the collar and then release the dog. Now try it without touching the dog at all. Next, lure them into a heel position and combine the two behaviors. Then slowly introduce walking. Try one step first. Gradually build up how many steps you can do over time. The good thing about this is that your dog doesn't need to look at you. They can keep their eyes on the target and feel where you are. This means you don't even need to face the same direction as them. This behavior is far from a finished product, it's still a work in progress. But we're getting there. So you've been training your dog to be Tacticool. You've been patrolling your living room and you come across a nemesis with nefarious intentions. Wilson. This is how to train your dog to do a Tacticool dodge roll. First, start with your dog in a down. Lure their head to one side, mark yes, and give them a reward. In case anybody is wondering, I'm using cheese and blueberries. Progressively lure your dog's head further each time, until you get that booty pop. This is typically the hardest part. Continue to lure until they are on their side. Now continue dragging the lure to the side and they will complete the roll. Once you can do the behavior consistently, I name it. And now I fade the lure. It's further from his nose with each repetition, until it becomes a gesture. Now I try it from a sit, and then a stand, and then with me standing too, and then finally without a gesture. And now your dog can do a tactical dodge roll.